look, communism. Oh, God. It's always communism. Communism's coming for everybody. And this one is a little bit more fun because, well, it is, of course, we're talking about the new front line in the culture war that has been taken over by gas-powered stoves. And, you know, it's kind of par for the course at this point. We got rolling coal when people started driving electric and hybrid vehicles. We got, what was it, incandescent light bulbs during the Obama administration. And now we have gas stoves because damn government can't tell me what to do. So let's talk about it. So Republicans across the country found a new battle cry. The Democrats are coming for your gas stoves. Turning over to Ron DeSantis because he is frontline extraordinaire in the new culture war. Buddy.
You're not taking our gas stoves away from us. That is your choice. And I know many people who cook a lot do not want to part with their gas stoves. And so we're going to stand up for that.
So, yeah, of course he's going to be doing that. And, you know, he couldn't help but laugh. He was laughing about it because he knows it's ridiculous. But let's talk about it. So the best conspiracy theories start with a grain of truth. In the controversy around gas stoves, the newest target in the culture wars is no exception. After entering the ether of the media, Democrats began an all-out war on gas stoves. I'm kidding, of course, here. So the right-wing media has lost their minds, telling the world that Democrats were coming for their gas stoves. Starting with some background here, as reported by Mother Jones in 2021. In early 2020, a man claiming to live in the neighborhood posted on Nextdoor, a social media platform that lets community members communicate, that city leaders were considering stronger building codes that would discourage the use of natural gas in new homes and businesses. In a message titled Culver City Banning Gas Stoves, he wrote, quote, "First time I heard about it, I thought it was bogus, but I received a newsletter from the city about public hearings to discuss it. Will it pass?" The post ignited a debate. One neighbor, Chris, defended electric induction stoves as easy to clean, he wrote, of these glass stovetops, which use a magnetic field to heat pans. Another neighbor, Laura, expressed skepticism. Quote, "No way," she wrote. "I am staying with gas. I hope you can too." But that post wasn't from their neighbor at all. He was an account manager for Impeta Communications Group, a public relations firm. Among the firm's clients was a Californians for Balanced Energy Solution, CBES, which is a front for the nation's largest gas utility, SoCalGas. Salon has also covered the crisis. Desperate as usual to talk about anything but their actual policies, much less their party's widespread corruption, Republicans spent Martin Luther King weekend pretending that they believe gas stoves are in immediate danger of being banned, and also that they care about it. As many reporters carefully documented, the impetus behind the massive bout of feigned outrage was a comment from an official at the Consumer Product Safety Commission about the future possibility of a slow phase-out of gas stoves that would likely take decades. And this was only if they cannot be designed safely. Within minutes, though, this banal story about a non-existent ban was turned into a lie about President Joe Biden kicking in your door to steal your precious gas stoves. "I'll never give up my gas stove. If the maniacs in the White House come for my stove, they can pry it from my cold, dead hands. Come and take it." I mean, your hands won't be cold, they'll be on fire. I mean, that's the point, right? And then Cal Messina, McCallum? I don't know, whatever. Sometimes, when confiscating gas stoves, we run into an uncooperative homeowner. In this situation, we distract them by sending a team of drag queens to their home asking to discuss CRT. While they're doing that, we sneak around back and break in and grab the gas stove. Deep state gas stove confiscation. Oh, look, communism. Oh, God. It's always communism. Communism's coming for everybody. Based. No, not based. But you know, jokes. Anyways, so in a statement, though, provided to Grist magazine, Alexander Horn-Sarek, chair of the Consumer Product Safety Commission, or CPSC, said the agency is looking for ways to reduce emissions and increase air quality around gas stoves. The agency is gathering information and will open a period of public comment this spring to inform future decisions. But Honsarek cleared the air about the ongoing gas stove shellacking. There is not a plan to ban gas stoves, and no one is coming for yours. The gas stove debate continues a trend of concerns and outcry about the possibilities of implementing and achieving a carbon-free energy transition, from trying to get fossil fuels out of your home to struggles finding a place to charge an electric vehicle. Turning back over to Twitter for some of those examples, we have Antifa's coming for your gas stoves and your oven mittens. Yeah, because Antifa is going to really look like freaking stormtrooper state. What is this? This looks like park rangers. Come on, get out of here. Oh, look, gas stove SWAT team. Give me your stove. Give me your stove. Jeez, man. They'll turn anything into a fight. I swear to God. So why is this happening? Well, gas stoves have been studied and shown that they leak methane, a main component in natural gas, which both traps more heat in the Earth's atmosphere and has been responsible for 30% of the planet's warming to date. Studies have also shown that gas stoves leak toxic chemicals, contributing to high risk besides asthma, such as anemia, immunity issues, and cancers. You know, like, natural gas itself doesn't smell like anything, but it's deadly. And that's why they put that chemical in it to make it smell like rotten eggs. This isn't good for people. It's not. I mean, you know, everything's going to be bad for you to some extent, but this is not good, right? That's why every single gas stove range has a vent over it with a fan that you're supposed to turn on to vent away anything from the burning off of the gas. You're supposed to use that. Do you use it? I don't really use it. Like, that's what it's there for. It's not just to pull out smoke if you're burning something. So environmental justice advocates have pushed for the removal of gas stoves from public housing, citing disproportionate rates of women and children affected by the use of gas appliances for cooking in the home, coupled with the studies that point to increased rates of asthma in Black and Latino children as compared to white children. Matt Classy, a director of environmental campaigns for the U.S. Public Interest Research Group, or PIRG, said any regulatory update has been years in the making, with studies and research focusing on the health risk and lack of consumer information, such as warning labels on gas stoves being a priority for consumer groups. He said PIRG, just like the federal agency, is not looking for an all-out ban on gas stoves, but has suggestions to mitigate health risk from respiratory illnesses, such as mandatory ventilation hoods, emergency shutoffs when high levels of pollutants released, and warning labels on the gas stove themselves. But, you know, if they're coming for the gas stoves, we're going to find out ways to conceal carry those Oh no! What's this thing? Jesus Christ. Continuing on, Republicans know all this, of course. Reporting from The Nation, quote, "The gas stove ban at the bottom of all this militant posturing doesn't really exist. The Biden White House has issued statements opposing any such measures. No, the point of the new kitchen flame wars on the right is simply to gin up more mass outrage to feed a grievance-addicted conservative electoral base, the same mission propelling the House GOP newly launched subcommittee on the weaponization of government. So it was likely inevitable that after a week's worth of unhinged culture war incentive, GOP Representative Bill Huizenga of Michigan and Alex Mooney of West Virginia introduced the, quote, Stop Trying to Vilify Energy, or STOVE Act. These names are killing me. Quote, "The last thing Americans need or want is another big government bureaucratic decision telling us which appliances we can have in our homes," Huizenga huffed in a statement. Continuing on, he stated, quote, "It is absolutely ridiculous how out of control and out of touch the nanny state in Washington has become. Doesn't it feel like your great aunt posting on social media that they'll never get my cutting board?" Matthew Holsing Hetlings, author of A Libertarian Walks into a Bar, a chronicle of libertarian secessionist movement in Gafgen, New Hampshire, asked. That moment feels not all that far off, with the important caveat that this same great aunt is somehow now empowered to program coverage on Fox News and marshal no end to frivolous litigation and heavy-breathing investigative subcommittees in Congress. One day soon, perhaps she'll be demanding that Hunter Biden be roasted over a propane-fueled open pit fire.